Watching News at Prime, let's quickly remind you of what has happened, and it is our leading story breaking in the last hour. President Ramaphosa firing Higher Education Minister Dr Nobuhle Nkabane. Buti Manamela, who was serving as one of the two deputies, has been named as her replacement. Former KwaZulu-Natal Premier Newzroom Afrika will now serve as Deputy Minister. Nkabane was embroiled in controversy surrounding the appointment of SETA board chairpersons, some of whom were politically connected. She thanked the president for the opportunity and says she remains committed to serving the country. Well, while attending a GBV march in the Eastern Cape, this was just last week, we just want to remind you now of what Dr. Nkabane's words were when she was talking to reporters. She had been told, or at least as she put it, she said she had not been told anything regarding her fate. She was heavily criticized, though, by the Democratic Alliance's Karabo Khakao for missing a portfolio committee meeting to attend to a student march.
Unfortunately, I only hear about these measures that have been taken against me on social media. There is nothing of that nature. I go to Luthuli House from time to time as a deployee of the African National Congress, and yesterday I was in the cabinet with the president. There is no discussion of this nature. However, if maybe it is still coming, because some people can speculate and see things before they could happen. But at this point in time, I cannot comment because I don't know anything of that nature.
Well, joining us now for reaction to this is MK Party Member of Parliament Mnqobi Msezane, who joins us from KwaZulu-Natal this evening. Mr. Msezane, good evening to you. Thank you for your time. I'm just glancing at your statement, and you say this is long overdue. Explain for us.
No, thank you very much, Xoli, and greetings to your viewers at home. Xoli, we have said that this is long overdue because we were the first party to react to this, for lack of a better word, and respectfully, madness that was created by the former minister, where ANC-aligned individuals were appointed to be board chairpersons. We reacted to this. We submitted our dissatisfaction, our concerns on the 12th of May on this particular matter. And of course, we would have further engaged on this matter very lengthily in the portfolio committee meetings that would have taken place immediately after we had submitted our letter of concerns to the chairperson of the portfolio committee, obviously to convey our concerns to the then minister, Dr. Nkabane. So, I mean, we would have appreciated a situation where the president would have acted long time ago, because as things stands, as we speak today, there still are no board chairpersons, neither are there boards that are in the 21 sitters of the department, leaving the sitters very vulnerable to a whole lot of wrongdoing, corruption and fraud, and and many other matters that might be prone to the entity of the department. So it's long overdue based on those reasons, Toli.
Yeah, I just want to quote from your statement here, particularly as it regards the SETA board appointments, because that's where this controversy emanated. You say it was evident that the appointments disproportionately favored individuals with strong ties to the ANC, a pattern that cannot be ignored in a constitutional democracy such as South Africa. Based on that particular statement, do you have any discomforts about Dr. Nobuhle Mnqobi being appointed now as Deputy Minister of Higher Education and Training, given that her name was previously mentioned in these aborted SETA board appointments?
No, look, Oli, we do not have the power, neither the privilege to appoint ministers or deputy ministers, so we cannot really comment on the decisions that are made by the so-called GNU government. But it is still of concern to us that the deputy minister or the then deputy minister is now then promoted to becoming the minister of the same department. And obviously the deputy minister then would have been part of these processes. If not, then he didn't know what he was doing as a deputy minister. If he was not clued up or having participated in this process of this, let me say again, apologies, but madness that was done in the process of appointing these ministers, or I mean these board chairpersons. So now that same person is now entrusted to now lead the entire department. There are a number of matters that I can mention, but because we are focusing on this particular point, I will not speak to them. But part of the problems that we've learned almost recently, just today, I've learned that there's at least 27,000 students. Amongst those students, there are returning students that are currently not getting meals from NSFAS, neither are the fees and accommodation being paid for, because of the issues that we are having in that particular department where Dr. Nkabane was the minister and Deputy Minister Manamela was the deputy minister in the same department. So we can only, be concerned to what big difference is the new minister now, Buti Manamela, going to bring in the same department where he was part of the failures, together with the then minister, Dr. Nkabane.
The blatant refusal to appear before that portfolio committee of higher education and training after the refusal to answer questions in that committee. You'll remember the famous chewing incident. There might be those who will say, yes, of course, the MK party will want to also come across or appear as though you were strong and very clear about Nkabane being held to account. But there are specific parties that are getting a mention tonight. It's the EFF and the DA party. Are you worried that you are not coming across as strong enough, given the fact that you are the main opposition in Parliament?
Look, Oli, you see, yourselves as the mainstream media people, you are very selective in terms of giving audience to the parties in Parliament. In fact, one would even claim that you are aligned politically as the people that should be broadcasting, what happens in Parliament. But unfortunately, we won't jump up and down like a tennis ball in order to, portray ourselves as the most radical opposition or the most radical members of the opposition in Parliament or in portfolio committees.
I can't push back against that. I can't I can't sit here and take that comment because you would swear that the MK party lives on this channel.
No, you see, Paul, on this particular matter, we only got to react after these parties that you are mentioning, including a very small party, the Patriotic Alliance. And now you are saying it would appear, you are saying those words, which I'm saying, it would appear that the mainstream media would be very biased in terms of the platform that you give to us as the official opposition. I mean, we can debate this, but I don't think this is the platform to do so. But I'm saying to you, we're the first party to react and express concern over this matter on the 12th of May. No other party did that. We further then went on to the portfolio committee to articulate our position and dissatisfaction on this matter. There are a number of points that I can read out to you to the letter that we sent on the 12th of May. Part of those points are the appointment of the son of the ANC National Chairperson, which was the first point of our letter of concern. The appointment of the sitting councillors, including MMC for corporate services in Johannesburg Metro, which was the second point. The third point being other inclusive of ANC provincial and regional executive committee members, particularly from KwaZulu-Natal, amongst other points that would have been highlighted in the letter that we sent on the 12th of May. So if that is not something that would have been of concern or of any interest to the media, it's quite unfortunate.
Well, we're going to have to agree to disagree, because if you are, for example, quibbling about where in the sequence of appearance tonight you came. I can tell you now that I'm only going to the ANC after you, and they are the biggest party in parliament. But anyway, as you say, it's perhaps a discussion for another day. Mnqobi Msezane, MK Member of Parliament, thank you very much for your time, sir, this evening.